Part 21. I really didn't want to be a warm man when I was reborn. Author, Li Yuanzhe. Chapter 202. Over the course of the morning, I interviewed more than 100 and nearly 200 people. At first, they were interviewed one by one. Later, Li Zhe found that this was too slow, so he simply asked Xiao Qiao and Lu Kaiyu to come in as a group of 5 girls, so the interview speed suddenly sped up. Among them, 23 were chosen directly because their looks were good enough and considered relatively beautiful. Most of them are at the level of Tan Hui and Huo Menjian, and they are even worse. There are only 6 people like Xiao Qiao and Lu Kaiyu who can be called department beauties, school beauties, and very beautiful. Excluding Bai Wei and Shen Xinyi, there are actually only 4. 2 are from the normal college and 2 are from the aviation college. As for Zhou Ziu's level, there is no one. In fact, in Li Zhe's opinion, these 4 beautiful girls are not as good as Xiao Qiao and Shen Xinyi. Because they are just good looking but have no characteristics. Xiao Qiao's cleverness and cuteness, and Shen Xinyi's extremely pure and well-behaved temperament are both hard to find and extremely rare. And Zhou Ziu can be said to be stunning. Beauties of her caliber are really rare. In addition, her appearance can only be said to be pretty. With Huo Lily's level, there were more than 50 candidates to choose from. It can be said that most of the girls who come for interviews are relatively confident in their looks. There are girls with average looks who come to try their luck, but not many. Is there no one left? When another group of 5 girls finished their interviews and left, Li Zhe saw that no one came in anymore, so he was about to announce the end of the interview. At this time, Lu Kaiyu brought another girl in. "Sorry, I'm a little late," the girl smiled apologetically. Finally, here comes a really pretty one. After seeing the girl, a thought flashed through Li Zhe's mind. To be honest, after watching the beauties all morning, Zhao Qia, Zhuang Jian, and Yao Ziliang are all a little tired of aesthetics. But when they saw this girl, their eyes lit up. This girl is about 167-169 centimeters tall, with an excellent figure, tall and slim, and a pair of beautiful legs, white and thin. Wearing an ordinary white shirt and black skirt, she looked like a fashion model. The girl's facial features are extremely delicate, with a palm-sized face, a tall nose, slightly deep and big eyes, pink and small lips, fair skin, and straight black hair, casually draped over her shoulders. Cool yet cute, cute yet sweet. However, the most attractive thing about her is her clean and fresh temperament, which is so outstanding. This girl's appearance can be rated as 9.5 points, and in Li Zhe's opinion, it is only slightly worse than Zhou Ziu. But their temperaments are different, one is charming and the other is fresh. "Hello everyone, I'm Sun Wanning, a sophomore from the Aviation Vocational College next door, majoring in flight attendant." The girl was very confident and introduced herself gracefully. After the girl named Sun Wanning finished speaking, Zhao Jia glanced at her and asked, "Why did you apply for this part-time job? I saw on your promotional poster that you can make money by playing games." "I really like playing games, so I came here," Sun Wanning said casually. "Are you satisfied with the 300 yuan part-time subsidy?" Zhao Jia asked another question. Sun Wanning glanced at Zhao Jia and chuckled, "If I'm not satisfied, can you give me more money?" "No," Zhao Jia smiled. "Sun Wanning, please leave your phone number." "Am I admitted?" Although Sun Wanning was asking, her tone was very sure. When Zhao Jia heard this, he was slightly stunned. This girl has quite a personality. There were so many girls interviewing today, and they all knew that if they left their phone numbers, they would be most likely to be admitted, but she was the only one who asked directly. "Yes, you are admitted," Li Zhe smiled and said. Sun Wanning nodded, not caring much. "Are you Li Zhe? I've heard of you." "Really?" Li Zhe chuckled lightly, his tone was very calm. After leaving the phone number, Sun Wanning did not leave immediately. She glanced at Li Jie and said, "Li Jie, can you also leave me a phone number?" "Why do you want my phone number?" Li Jie was a little surprised. "Didn't you admit me?" "Of course I need a phone number. How can I contact you if I have anything? And you are the boss, so it is not the most direct way to contact you," Sun Wanning said matter-of-factly. "But if you don't want to, forget it. This girl is quite straight, but I don't know if she is really straight or just pretending." Li Jie nodded and said, "I should leave you a phone number, but forget about mine. I'll give you the assistant's phone number. If you contact her, you can contact me." After saying that, he turned to Xiao Jiao and said, "Xiao Jiao, give her the phone." Sun Wanning and Xiao Jiao left after exchanging phone numbers. Seeing Sun Wanning's leaving figure, Xiao Jiao felt in a bad mood and was so annoyed. She was in a much better mood when she found out that Zhou Ziyu didn't come for the interview, but then this Sun Wanning appeared again. How dare she just ask Li Jie for his phone number? The key is that it's so beautiful. Xiao Jiao is a bit on edge now. Whenever she sees a beautiful girl approaching Li Jie, she suspects that she is a love rival. After Sun Wanning left, there were no more girls to interview, so Li Jie ended the recruitment. Looking at the time, it was almost 12 o'clock, so Li Jie took everyone to eat together. He's Hegang, Yang Hao and Lu Kaiu all volunteered to help, so they had to be treated to a meal no matter what. When he came to the second floor of the star restaurant, he asked for a private room. Li Jie ordered some more delicious dishes to reward everyone. After eating, he's Hegang, Yang Hao, and Lu Kaiu left and went back to their dormitories respectively. Yao Ziliang and Zhuang Jiang also returned to the company. Li Jie, Xiao Jiao, and Zhao Jie did not leave. In the box, Li Jie and Zhao Jie discussed together and determined the final candidate. The 23 girls who were directly decided before, plus Sun Wanning, there are 24 in total. As for more than 50 girls as candidates, the two selected 12 who were more impressive and good-looking. In this way, a total of 36 girls were finally selected. In addition, it is worth mentioning that Huo Lily was also selected. In fact, among the more than 50 girls who were candidates, Huo Lily's appearance was only average. Li Jie chose her because of Zhou Ziyu. Since she is his little lover's roommate and best friend, of course he has to take care of her. Don't get me wrong, it's not that care. After leaving the star restaurant and saying goodbye to Zhao Jie, Li Jie glanced at Xiao Jiao, who was a little unhappy, and said with a smile, "Why, are you stressed?" Xiao Jiao was stunned for a moment and understood what he meant. However, she said stubbornly, "How can I feel any pressure? I have no pressure at all. I really didn't want to be a warm man when I was reborn." Author, Li Yuanzhe. Chapter 203. Li Jie felt funny when he saw her tough mouth. "Really no pressure? Then I will hire another beautiful and capable female assistant. You should be my personal secretary," he joked. No, when Xiao Jiao heard this, he immediately became furious. But her attitude quickly softened, and she begged and even begged, "Husband, I know that my abilities are insufficient, but I will work hard to become a qualified assistant." Li Jie was stunned for a moment. This was the first time he saw Xiao Jiao looking so weak. She has always been arrogant and confident. Li Jie's heart couldn't help but hurt. His ambiguous attitude made Xiao Jiao lose his safety. To be honest, Xiao Jiao is really sensible. Which girl can tolerate her boyfriend having an affair with another girl? In order to test Xiao Jiao's attitude, he would sometimes deliberately act a little close to Lu Kaiu. Although Xiao Jiao was a little jealous about this, he was not really angry. On a par with his own feelings, if Xiao Jiao dared to be intimate with other boys in front of him, Li Jie would definitely slap her butt so swollen that she would not be able to get out of bed. Li Jie stretched out his hand and hugged Xiao Jiao into his arms, comforting her gently and saying, "Okay, I'm just joking, Why do you take it seriously? He paused and said, Xiao Bao, no one can replace you in my heart. No matter how confident a girl is, when she really likes someone, she will become unconfident, worry about gains and losses, and even have a little low self-esteem. It's because I care so much that I'm afraid of losing. The 23rd is the second day of interviews and recruitment. On the second floor of Minjai restaurant, in Wallace's store, Li Jie gathered all 36 selected girls together, treated them to fast food, and held a small meeting. More than 30 beautiful girls gathered together, which was really eye-catching. The two waitresses in the store and several students who were eating all looked here frequently. Burgers, fried chicken, French fries, and Coke. Li Jie ordered a set meal for each girl. The girls each found someone they knew well to sit together, chatting and eating. The atmosphere was quite good. Li Jie sat with Xiao Qiao, Bai Wei, Lu Kaiyu, and Shen Xinyi. Tan Hui sat with Huo Lily and two other girls. Sun Wanning sat with several girls from the Aviation Academy, and Huo Menjian also sat with a few girls. Familiar girls sit together. Girls have very small appetites. After eating for a while, most of them stop eating. Seeing this, Li Jie knocked on the table lightly to focus their attention. Everyone, please be quiet and listen to what I have to say. Seeing that the scene became quiet, he continued, tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning, Duntuntang will enter the closed beta test. As publicity and promoters of the game, everyone must participate in the closed beta test. I will let you. Having said this, Li Jie stopped temporarily, his eyes looked between Lu Kaiyu and Bai Wei, and finally fell on Bai Wei. Bai Wei, I will give you the invitation code for the closed beta test later. You can give it to me, please send it to everyone. Please do your best and be a liaison for everyone in the future. If the company has anything to do, I will tell you first and then you can tell everyone. After hearing what Li Jie said, many girls turned their attention to Bai Wei. They said they were liaisons, but they all understood that Li Jie chose Bai Wei to be their representative and person in charge. Facing everyone's gaze, Bai Wei looked calm and just nodded to Li Jie and said, okay. Looking away from Bai Wei, Li Jie continued, each of us has 3 test invitation codes. The extra invitation codes can be given to classmates and friends. In addition, I would like to emphasize that since you have chosen this part-time job, you should try your best to get some snacks. The work is actually very easy. You can get money just by playing games. You don't have to play every day. You only need to play for 1 hour a day, and you can play for 26 days a month. That's it. Of course, if you think this game is really fun, you can play more, but don't come to me to add money. It's impossible to add money. When he said this, he joked with a smile. Although this joke was quite cold, a few girls actually chuckled. However, it won't work if you don't play the game, or play passively, just registering but not playing. The game customer service can check whether you are actually playing. If you find it 3 times, the monthly subsidy will be cancelled. Okay, I'm done. If you don't understand anything, or if you want to ask, you can ask. Boss, do our game accounts have any privileges? As soon as Li Jie finished speaking, a girl rushed to ask. Li Jie glanced at the other party. This girl was considered pretty, no worse than Tan Hui. It's a bit of a privilege. Your account all has entrance special effects, and the special effects are very beautiful. The main thing is to tell the male LSP players that a beautiful woman is here. Boss, when will we have the opportunity to shoot a promotional video? Another girl asked. When she asked, many girls looked expectantly, obviously they were very concerned about this issue. This girl impressed Li Jie deeply. Her name was Luan Xiaolin. Last time he and Shen Xian went to Hangyuan to put up posters, she was the first one to ask about her. Her long legs were very eye-catching. He was deeply impressed by her, and it really wasn't because of her long legs. It will take a while to shoot the promotional video, but the company will soon shoot a promotional short drama with about 20 episodes, each episode lasting 10 minutes. After the filming is completed, it will be played on the video platform, and the actresses will be selected from among you. Of course, if you don't want to act, you don't have to act. When she heard about the opportunity to film, Lu Enzialin couldn't help but smile. "Boss, can you let someone else play for you?" another girl asked. Li Jie also thought about the issue of proxy play, and it was still difficult to avoid. Playing on behalf of the company is definitely not allowed, yes. If you let others play for you in private, it will be difficult for the company to find out. But I still hope that everyone will pay more attention to the game. In the future, there will be many opportunities for filming movies and commercials, but I won't choose whoever is beautiful, but whoever works hard to promote the company and promote games, I will choose and use whoever. After a pause, Li Jie said a big news: the company and Xiaonei.com are cooperating and will soon jointly organize a selection event for college students to select the school beauties. As a reward for the event, the company will invest in a movie. The top beauties on the school beauties list will be 3 of you will have the opportunity to play the leading role, and the supporting female role will be chosen from among you. As soon as he finished speaking, the girls started talking quietly. Many girls come to this part-time job with the attitude of giving it a try. After all, it is just a small company run by students. It is definitely impossible to say how much they recognize and trust this company. But now that I heard that the company had cooperated with Xiaonei.com, I immediately valued this company a lot. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I really didn't want to be a warm man when I was reborn. Author, Li Yuanjie. Chapter 204. Xiaonei.com is so famous among students. In their view, being able to cooperate with a large platform and company like Xiaonei.com proves that this company is relatively powerful. As for making a movie, many girls were dubious, thinking that Li Jie was trying to make a fool of himself. "Boss, can we participate in this school beauty selection event?" Lu Enzialin asked with an enthusiastic smile. She has a pair of pink and phoenix eyes, which are cold and arrogant. But when she smiles, she is no longer so cold, but rather kind and cute. Li Jie glanced at her and nodded. Any female college student who is currently studying can participate, and the top 10 on the school beauty list will receive bonuses, with the highest being 10,000 and the lowest being 1,000. When they heard about the bonus, most of the prettiest girls present showed interest. Sun Wanning, on the other hand, looked very calm and seemed not very interested. In the following time, 6 or 7 more girls asked questions. But most of the questions were related to the school beauty selection activities. Li Jie, many people don't have computers. If they want to play games, they have to go to an internet room or internet cafe. It's too inconvenient, Sun Wanning said suddenly. She didn't jokingly call Li Jie boss like other girls, but called him by his first name. Li Jie also thought about computer problems. In this era, computers were not as popular as later generations, and there were still only a few students who owned computers. But this is not a big problem. In the school internet room, most of the people surfing the internet are girls, while the boys are in the internet cafes outside the school. The internet room only costs 70 or 80 cents an hour. Of course, the computer is a little old and the internet speed is a little slow, but it is still no problem to play web games. To be honest, in this era, students in suburban colleges have very limited entertainment options. Boys play basketball and go to internet cafes to play games. Girls watch TV in the dormitory, go to the internet room to surf the internet and chat. That's why there are so many girls in the internet room. As for doing part-time jobs to make money, in suburban colleges and universities, Buses are only available at 7 a.m. and no buses are available at 5 p.m. How can I work on weekends? The little money I make is not even enough to take a taxi. As for beautiful girls, they are popular in school and nothing else. Just like in later generations, you can earn tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands a month by being a part-time anchor for a college student. Don't even think about it. There are opportunities to be a model or shoot advertisements, but they are too rare. It is more likely that you will be defrauded of money or sex. There are no less liar companies these days than in later generations. Liar actors and modeling agencies are gone. The reason why Lige's poster attracts so many beautiful girls is because there are so few opportunities. For future generations, few beautiful girls would be tempted by the conditions he offered. Lige thought for a moment and said to Sun Wanning, "There's nothing we can do about it. It's impossible for the company to say that it will provide computers to people who don't have computers. It's unfair to those who have computers. However, the company can provide a solution. After working part-time for 3 months, if someone wants to buy a computer, they can apply for an advance payment of 2,100 yuan for 7 months' salary. In this way, they can buy a computer with some extra money. Taiwan Small Netbook. Of course, it's not just people without computers. People with computers can also apply if they need money for special circumstances." After listening to what Lige said, Sun Wanning just nodded and didn't say whether he was satisfied or not. On the other hand, other girls, after hearing that they could also get an advance on their salary, had a good impression of Lige. Some girls joked, "Thank you, boss." When the matter was almost finished, Lige smiled and said, "Okay, if everyone has no more problems, we can leave." Luan Xiaolin hesitated and said, "Boss, can you leave us a phone number?" After hearing what she said, a few more girls also said, "Yes, please leave us a phone number." Lige smiled and said, "I'll leave my assistant's phone number with you." After saying that, he turned to Xiaoqiao and said, "Xiaoqiao, leave the phone number with them." Okay, Xiaoqiao smiled and nodded. Looking at these girls, she sighed inwardly, there were more and more love rivals. Noon on the 24th. After 2 major classes, Huo Lily hurried back to the dormitory, ignored her meal and went to work, turning on the computer first. As soon as she logged onto the school website, she saw a promotional banner at the top of the homepage, the first Dandan Tang Cup, the most beautiful school beauty online selection contest. "Is this event going online so soon?" Huo Lily muttered softly. Yesterday, Lige told them that Qwen Technology and Xiaonei.com would jointly hold a college beauty selection event. As a result, the event went online today. It really felt like witnessing history. However, this activity has nothing to do with her. She is not the school beauty, not even the class beauty. But Huo Lily thought about it again and decided to sign up and give it a try. What if you are lucky enough to be selected? I heard that the first 100 finalists will get souvenirs. After uploading her information and photos, Huo Lily was moved and helped Zhou sign up as well. She feels that with Zhou's appearance, she can definitely be ranked in the top 10, and it is not impossible to win the championship. For this reason, she specially selected one of Zhou's most beautiful artistic photos and uploaded it. After signing up, Huo Lily found the login page of Dandan Tang, logged into the game, created a game character, and tried it out for the first time. Soon, Cao Xiaoqian, Song Xiona, and Tan Hui also came back one after another. Finding that Huo Lily was playing the game excitedly, controlling the game characters, constantly throwing bricks in the air, and smashing the opponent's game characters, Song Xiona said in a funny way, "Lily, are you playing quite seriously?" "Of course you have to be serious, this is my job, you can get paid." Huo Lily stared at the computer screen and said without looking back. She is still very interested in this part-time job. During the interview, When she saw so many beauties, Huo Lily thought she was out of luck, but she didn't expect to be chosen. Besides, going to the library for a work-study program and working 30 hours a month only costs 240 yuan, which is equivalent to 8 yuan an hour. You must have some connections before you can apply. As long as she plays the game for 26 hours a month, she can get 300 yuan, which is equivalent to 11.5 yuan an hour. Where can I find such good things? Cherish the opportunity. Xiao Na, are you going to the canteen to get food? Huo Lily noticed that Song Xiona was going out with her lunchbox. Get some for me too. It wasn't until after 12 o'clock that Zhou returned to the dormitory. She now eats xiaozao on the second floor of the cafeteria every day. As soon as Huo Lily saw her, she enthusiastically recommended, "Tsuyu and I can play Dandan Tang together. This game is really fun. I'll give you an invitation code." Zhou chuckled and said, "Lily, you are a very responsible publicist and promoter." "Of course," Huo Lily said with a smile. "I really didn't want to be a warm man when I was reborn." Author, Li Yuanzhe. Chapter 205. Zhou had a game account. Li Zhe gave her a special account a few days ago, but in order to cover it up, she still took an invitation code from Huo Lily. She turned on her computer, logged into her game account, teamed up with Huo Lily, and played a game together. The randomly arrived map is Ice Age. Huo Lily's game character had entrance special effects, was colorful and sparkling, but she found that the enemy female player's entrance special effects were even cooler and prettier than hers, and the game character's hair was also dyed light blue. In addition, the weapon in his hand is not an ordinary weapon. It has a cool fruit flower blue shape and also glows. The male players are just ordinary accounts. Have you met other publicists or promoters? Huo Lily thought to herself. She didn't know whether the privileges of publicity and promoters like them were the same, or there might be some difference. Hey! Ziu, why do you also have a special weapon? Huo Lily also discovered that although Zhou's game character also held a Sima vat, brick, it was a special weapon with a cool appearance and light. I don't know either. Zhou looked confused, as if he didn't understand. Maybe it's a loophole, Huo Lily guessed. The game has just been produced, and there should be quite a few loopholes, allowing your ordinary account to obtain special weapons. Tsuyu, you are very lucky. Yes, you are very lucky, Zhou said with a smile. At this time, words appeared above the head of the female game character on the opposing side. Honey, why does the person on the opposite side also have special weapons? Zhou looked at the computer screen, thoughtfully. What a coincidence, I was matched with Li Zhe and Xiao Qiao. In fact, it's not too coincidental. There were only 300 to 400 people participating in the internal beta test. There are even fewer people who play in the same time period and choose 4-player competition. Study on the 7th floor, dormitory 406. Li Zhe, He's Higang, Yang Hao and others are also playing Dandan Tang. I heard that the game developed by Legionus Company was about to be tested. There were many people asking for invitation codes, including roommates, classmates, familiar people, and people I knew. Li Zhe gave invitation codes to anyone who spoke. Of course, the ones he gave out were ordinary accounts. He's Higang originally had little interest in web games such as Dandan Tang. After playing 2 games out of curiosity, he stopped playing. But at this moment, he happened to match Huo Menjian, and he immediately became interested in the game. I added Huo Menjian as a game friend and played several games with her. In reality, he didn't know what to say in front of Huo Menjian, but in the game he kept talking. While playing games, typing and chatting with Huo Menjian. Hearing Huo Menjian praise him for his good skills, He's Higang was even more elated. He suddenly felt that this game was so fun and fell in love with it. Jizi, can you give me a special account? Huo Menjian's account has special effects for entering the scene. If he didn't, he would be a bit unsuitable for her. There is no special account, just charge some money for the special effects when entering the game, Li Jie said while playing the game. Can you recharge money during the closed beta test? He's Higang said in surprise. Recharging money also requires testing, Li Jie smiled. He's Higang searched the game interface and quickly found a place to recharge money. Damn it, a basic entry special effect costs 15 yuan a month. Jizi, are you really that bad? You don't need to recharge it? This thing just looks good and it doesn't increase combat effectiveness at all, Li Jie said lightly. The recharge is complete, I supported you with 15 yuan, He's Higang complained, but he was very happy to recharge. Seeing the same entrance effects as Huo Menjian, I immediately felt that the money was well spent. Li Jie glanced at He's Higang and said to himself, what do you mean by supporting me? You are thinking about the girl. He and Xiao Jiao played another match together. As soon as he entered the field, Li Jie was stunned for a moment when he saw the other female player holding the special Sima Vat, brick. The game Shura field broke out. His little girlfriend met his little lover, and they were about to fight. Who should he help? Seeing that the other party, Zhou Ziyu, also had a special weapon, Xiao Jiao immediately regarded her as an opponent and asked Li Jie to deal with another female player, Huo Lily. Xiao Jiao launched an attack with a fruit basket in his hand, spilling fruits and hitting the opponent, Zhou Ziyu. However, she didn't estimate the angle and distance correctly, and the fruit hit the ice in front of the other party, creating a deep hole in the ice. The game Duntuntang is essentially a throwing game. If you want to hit the opponent, you need to calculate the angle, distance, wind speed, and other data. Whoever is good at mathematics and can calculate accurately will be good at playing. Of course, after the public beta, the angle formula for fixed strength will definitely be released. If you memorize the formula, you can throw accurately, which will increase the popularity of the game. Otherwise, if it is difficult to play, many novice players will not have the patience to continue playing. Xiao Jiao is a bad student. He doesn't know how to calculate, and he doesn't have the patience to calculate. He can only estimate and throw, and it is difficult to hit it accurately. After Xiao Jiao's attack, it was Zhou Ziyu's turn. She threw a brick and hit Xiao Jiao, no, the game character, on the head. Zhou Ziyu is not good at math, but she is smart. She has played the Ice Age map twice, and she can memorize the angles and positions of throwing. So compared to Xiao Jiao, who was just guessing and trying her luck, her throws were much more accurate based on experience. So, after a few rounds, Xiao Jiao was hit under the ice pit, and most of his blood was gone. Zhou Ziyu, on the other hand, only lost a trace of blood after being hit once. Why am I so unlucky? I always hit people wrongly, but every time I get hit, I'm always sure, Xiao Jiao muttered in a low voice. The president was not very skilled, so he put all the blame on luck. She controlled the game character and tried to crawl out of the ice pit, but before she could climb out, a big brick fell from the sky and smashed her game character into a tombstone. Ah, it died again, Xiao Jiao lamented. Why do you say again? Because she and Li Jie played 5 or 6 games, and each time they were killed first by others. She has cool weapons and swagger, but her skills are poor. Of course, people will pick on her as a soft persimmon first. Husband, I'm dead, please help me take revenge. The game character turned into a tombstone, and a few words appeared above his head. Here, Li Jie also smashed Huo Lily into a tombstone and killed her. Now only he and his little lover are left to face off. Li Jie fired a cannonball and hit the ice in front of Zhou Ziyu, making a crater. The weapon he uses is called Hongtian, also known as a cannon. Zhou Ziyu also threw a brick and hit the ice behind Li Jie. Li Jie was reluctant to hit his young lover and was letting off steam. Zhou Ziyu also didn't want to hit her man and was letting off steam. So what happened was that the two of them seemed to be having a lively fight, but no one could hit the other. After a few rounds, the two of them didn't lose much health. They just smashed the ice and made potholes everywhere. I really didn't want to be a warm man when I was reborn. Author, Li Yuanjie. Chapter 206. Husband, please be harder. A higher angle. Seeing that Li Jie suddenly lost his head, Xiaoqiao, who was watching the battle, became anxious and ordered him to get up. Li Jie followed the good example and beat her as she said. Originally, he wanted to release the water on purpose, but after listening to Xiaoqiao's command, there was no need to release the water. The one who likes to give random orders even though he is good at the job, and the one who is a talkative person is the president. Finally, when the game time was over, the opponent, Zhou Ziyu, won with blood volume. Seeing that she lost the game, Xiaoqiao was very unhappy. For some reason, she disliked the female player with the special weapon. No, let's play again, she wanted revenge. But the other party declined the invitation. Xiaoqiao. The first confrontation between Xiaoqiao and Zhou Ziyu ended in a disastrous defeat. Aviation Academy, Girls' Dormitory. Sun Wanning was sitting in front of the computer, also playing Dandan Tang. Her computer is not a laptop, but an assembled desktop gaming console. The burdensome teammates had been killed by the opponent's concentrated fire. Sun Wanning skillfully controlled the game characters, 1-on-2. She first used a plane, prop, and flew to a position that was not easy to hit. She fired anti-aircraft artillery first. A few rounds of shells knocked an enemy player underground and buried him to death. Then she also bombed another player in 2 or 3 blows. Died. He won the victory easily, but Sun Wanning had no sense of accomplishment at all. Such a small game is too simple for her. After closing Dandan Hall, Sun Wanning looked at the promotional banner at the top of the home page of the school website, the first Dandan Hall Cup, the most beautiful school beauty online selection contest. She thought for a while and decided to participate. Sun Wanning didn't like being noticed, but she did it for the sake of the 10,000 yuan bonus. With this 10,000 yuan, she can build a better game console. The first place in the school beauty list will be awarded 10,000 yuan. After registering, Sun Wanning closed the school network, opened a female novel website, and found a novel called A Slight Smile is Alluring. She likes the heroine in the book, Bai Weiwei, and thinks she is a bit similar to herself. After discovering that the novel was already on the shelves for a fee, Sun Wanning ordered all 3 chapters and then started reading the novel. She heard that this novel might be published. If it was published, she would definitely buy a copy to support the author. Chen Yu, the author's pen name is also very nice, but I don't know what people look like in real life. In the first few days of the internal testing of Dandan Tang, after testing and player feedback, I found a lot of bugs, loopholes. For example, blind spots, characters walking through walls, attribute distortion, etc. Fortunately, they are all minor problems and can be easily solved. Li Jie also asked some questions and received a lot of feedback from students who participated in the internal beta. However, the people he asked were all girls. He simply ignored the opinions raised by rough guys like he's Higang. Ordinary male players hope that the game will be fair and free of money making. It is best to rely on technology to counter abuse players who pay money. If you really make games according to their ideas, then you won't make any money. The opinions of the girls are good. Most of them hope to have more good-looking special effects, fashions, and cool weapons. These all cost money. The 28th is the day when the filming of the online drama Online Dating Things starts. The script was originally written by Li Jie. It mainly tells the story of 3 girls and 3 boys who got to know each other because of Dandan Tang. There are many funny jokes interspersed in it. After all, people who watch short videos online now just want to watch funny jokes and have fun. You tell the story carefully and set up the plot, but many people don't have the patience to watch it. For example, Diozzy Man, which was filmed based on Diozzy Lady, is just a joke and has no coherent plot at all. It's just that there are too many jokes and the plot becomes more scattered. Li Jie asks someone to find him from the Shanghai Normal University and the Film and Television School. He was a student from the University of Radio and Television Directing. His name was Xinboking. His ability could only be said to be average, and he had only filmed student works and short campus-themed short films. But he is more obedient and has low demands. Xinboking's remuneration for filming this online drama is only 5,000 yuan, and other treatment is only food and housing. Li Jie and Xinboking talked once and understood that the other party was not here for money. It's just to gain experience. After all, there are not many opportunities to shoot and practice with other people's money. Li Jie originally thought that he would choose two boys who studied acting from the Film and Television Academy. Those who have received professional training will definitely be better than ordinary people. But these art school students are much harder to fool than ordinary students. When they heard about the filming, they first asked how much the salary would be. If it was too little, they wouldn't do it. No matter how much you want to pay, it will be great if you can film a movie. The Film and Television Academy couldn't find a suitable, cheap, actor, so it had to choose from ordinary students. On the 25th and 26th, Li Jie and Xinboking interviewed some boys together. There was no large-scale publicity or recruitment. We just found some familiar classmates, and Shen Yu, the deputy director of the Department of Literature and Art, recommended a few boys. The final three male leads were decided on Cheng Xiang, Yang Hao, and Li Jie himself. Yang Hao originally only wanted to play a role, but after Xinboking's interview, he found that he was quite funny and had some acting talent, so he was given the role of one of the main roles. There is also Cheng Xiang, who has no stage fright when performing and has some talent, so he was selected. The roles of Yang Hao and Cheng Xiang are responsible for pretending to be stupid and funny in the play, that is, they are jokers. And the role of the male god played by Li Jie is actually a scumbag who catches up with the heroine, has a relationship, and then abandons her. The honest man Cheng Xiang is responsible for taking over. Li Jie originally didn't want to play the role himself. How could such a good man look like a scumbag? He doesn't even act like it. Li Jie and Xinboking initially settled on a junior boy majoring in Chinese named Tanzia Y who was recommended by Shen Yu. However, after Li Jie came into contact with Tanzia Y, he discovered that this boy was arrogant and disobedient. After reading the script, the other party directly proposed to modify the script. It is said that the script has too many jokes and the plot is too fragmented and far-fetched. Seeing Tanzia Y's stubborn attitude, Li Jie immediately gave up and used the other person's ideas. The crew has no restrictions on such amateur actors. If the other party gets emotional and stops acting halfway through the filming, we'll be in trouble. Tan Su Fai was eliminated, and a suitable actor could not be found for a while, so Li Jie had no choice but to take the role himself. As for the three female leads, Li Jie first conducted a preliminary round of 36 girls. 21 girls who are interested in acting and filming were selected. In fact, not all girls are interested in being on camera or becoming famous. Some girls come to work part-time and really just want to earn some living expenses. Then, based on their performance and suitability for the roles, Li Jie and Xinboking decided on Huo Menjian and Luan Xiaolin as the two female leads. Huo Menjian plays a good girl in the play, while Luan Xiaolin plays an arrogant and rebellious girl. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I really didn't want to be a warm man when I was reborn. Author, Li Yuanjie. Chapter 207. The last female lead, the role of the goddess in the play, Li Jie originally wanted Sun Wanning to play. She is the most beautiful, and her clean and fresh temperament is very consistent with the role. But she was not interested in acting and didn't want to act. Sun Wanning didn't want to play the role, and Li Jie also considered other candidates, but they all felt unqualified. Xiao Qiao can act, but Li Jie doesn't want her to act. He would not do anything stupid like training his girlfriend to act and send her to the entertainment industry. After thinking about it, Li Jie decided to talk to Sun Wanning again to see if he could convince her. However, he did not talk to Sun Wanning alone. Instead, he invited Sun Wanning, Huo Menjian, and Luan Xiaolin to sit down and talk in a quiet place on the first floor of Minjiu restaurant. "Senior, have you ever thought about what you will do after graduation?" Li Jie said this to Sun Wanning. She is his senior in her sophomore year. "Maybe I will become a flight attendant. After all, I studied this major." Sun Wanning thought for a while and said. "Then do you think your personality is suitable for the service industry?" Sun Wanning has an upright temperament. At first, Li Jie suspected that she was faking it, but after several contacts, he found that it was not the case. She treats everyone the same. "If you can't be a flight attendant, you can do something else." Sun Wanning paused and said, "Li Jie, just say what you want to say directly, no need to beat around the bush." Li Jie smiled and said, "I think you are quite suitable to be an actor. You can consider it." This is not his opinion, but what Sien Boking said. He was full of praise for Sun Wanning's appearance and said that she was born to be an actor. "I'm not interested in acting, and I have never wanted to be an actor. Besides, the entertainment industry is not very chaotic." Sun Wanning shook her head. "Being an actor is the same as being a flight attendant. It's just a job. Whether you like it or not is not that important." As Li Jie spoke, he glanced at Sun Wanning, then at Huo Menjian and Luan Xiaolin. "To be honest, if students from ordinary colleges like us don't have connections at home, it will be difficult for us to find a good job after graduation. You all have good looks, being an actor is a good path, and you just have a chance. I will soon set up a small entertainment company and invest in making some online dramas and low-cost movies. If you really want to take this path in the future, you can sign up to be a small actor in my company. The income will be much more generous than working. If there's nothing messy, I definitely won't let you go drink with me or anything like that. Of course, it's too early to say this now. I just want to say that now that you have this opportunity, you can try it. No one can say what you will do in the future. When Li Jie invests in the film and television industry in the future, he must sign some actors. He cannot always use actors from other companies to praise others." After hearing this, Sun Wanning looked indifferent, but Luan Xiaolin next to her, her eyes flashed, apparently she had listened. Seeing this, Li Jie nodded to Sun Wanning, "Okay, senior sister, if you really have no idea, then forget it." He thinks that Sun Wanning is very suitable for the role in the play, but it doesn't have to be her. Since she is really unwilling, then she can lower her standards and choose another one. Sun Wanning suddenly chuckled, "Li Jie, you told me so much, don't you just want me to take over this role?" "Okay, I agree." She paused and said, "But just this once." When Li Jie heard this, he immediately understood that his rhetoric did not impress Sun Wanning at all. But why did she agree? After Sun Wanning agreed, all the starring candidates were confirmed, and the filming of the web drama What's Up About Online Dating officially started. The crew and equipment were extremely rudimentary. The only official staff are director Sien Boking and 2 employees Li Jie brought from the company, and the rest are part-time students. The only shooting equipment was a high-definition digital camera, a windproof directional microphone with a handheld pole line, a photography light, 2 reflectors, and a small filming van. The 28th was a Friday and there were classes in the morning, so the crew started filming in the afternoon. The first scene was shot in the dormitory, where Li Jie, Yang Hao, and Cheng Xiang played dancing hall in the dormitory. The filming location was Li Jie's dormitory 406. In the dormitory, in addition to director Sean Boking, 2 employees of the company, and the 3 actors Li Jie, Yang Hao, and Cheng Xiang, Xiao Qiao, Bai Wei, Lu Kaiu, Zhang Yu, and He Zhigang were also part-time crew members. In addition, I discovered that Li Jie and the others were filming, and many students came to watch. The door was full of people. After simply tidying up and decorating the dormitory, I set up the camera and got ready to shoot. There is no costume, makeup, or prop staff. The actors had to prepare their own costumes, and girls such as Lu Kaiu, Bai Wei, and Zhang Yu were asked to help with makeup. Everything was extremely crude. The crew was cobbled together, there were no professional filming staff, and the actors were all students without any acting experience, so filming was much more difficult than expected. After rehearsing 4 or 5 times before shooting, everyone was finally familiar with the shooting process and felt a little better. Only then did director Sean Boking announce the start of filming. The first scene was filmed when Li Jie, Yang Hao, and Cheng Xiang were playing dandan tang in their dormitory. Yang Hao and Cheng Xiang made a bet to get out of singles and made a date with a female netizen in the game. Cheng Xiang, who was not confident about his appearance, asked Li Jie to help him meet the female netizen. The scene was very simple and had been rehearsed over and over again, but when it came to filming, things went wrong one after another and it took 3 takes. Next, the crew went outdoors to film the scene where Sun Wanning appeared. On the first day of filming, the filming lasted until about 8 o'clock in the evening. The entire crew finally got into the mood and the filming started a little faster. Then, we filmed for 2 more days on Saturday and Sunday, and finally finished filming the first episode of Photo Fraud, which lasted for more than 10 minutes. As a very low-cost short film web drama, the actors are all amateurs. Li Jie and Sean Boking also have very low performance requirements, as long as the actors' performances are passable. So the filming progress is pretty fast. Li Jie calculated the cost. A day's shooting for the leading role ranges from 30 to 60 yuan, depending on the role, 10 to 20 yuan for supporting roles, and free guest appearances for passerby characters. The subsidy for being on camera is a bit low, but it's not particularly low. After all, working as an extra for a day now only costs 30–40 yuan. Besides, for many students, just being on camera is enough, let alone having money to earn it. In addition, Lu Kaiu, Zhang Yu, He Zhigang and others who help on the crew also receive a daily subsidy of 30 yuan. Including food and other miscellaneous expenses, the cost of shooting in 2.5 days was about 2,500 yuan. Calculated according to the standard, a total of 50,000 yuan will be needed to shoot 20 episodes. Of course, the first episode was shot more slowly and cost more, but the meeting was shot faster, which would save some money. 50,000 yuan plus the director's remuneration and equipment investment, the total cost should be around 90,000 yuan. The Sony HXR-NX5C high-definition camera alone cost 27,000. This camera is considered relatively professional and can be used to shoot some professional short films. As for the minivan filming van, it was a company car and was not included in the filming cost. I really didn't want to be a warm man when I was reborn. Author, Li Yuanjie. Chapter 208. At around 6 o'clock on Sunday night, Luan Xiaolin left the crew after finishing filming her scene. Returning to the dormitory, she met Yeshan, who was also a publicity and promoter, in the corridor. "Hey, our star is back," Yeshan said with a half-smile. Luan Xiaolin glanced at Yeshan calmly and ignored her. Ever since the news about her filming spread, some people were envious and some were jealous. Yeshan was not the only one who poured cold water on her and made sarcastic remarks. Seeing that Luan Xiaolin ignored her and was about to leave, Yeshan said angrily, "Luan Xiaolin, Do you really think you can become famous by acting in this internet-breaking drama? A student director, a group of students who have never filmed before, and one who is more professional. There are no people, this is called a crew. What good things can be produced? It's impossible for anyone to watch it online. That Ligia is a liar. When he was recruiting people, he said he would be in an advertisement, but in the end he fooled us with this crappy online drama. I don't plan to continue doing this part-time job. I advise you not to do it either. It's a waste of time. Yashan did this job as a publicity and promoter purely for the purpose of being on camera and shooting commercials, so when she saw that the crew did not have professional directors, staff, or professional shooting equipment, there was only a student director and a behind the camera, I felt indescribable disappointment and a feeling of being cheated. What made her even more dissatisfied and jealous was that of the 3 female leads, Sun Wanning was chosen. Why did the other 2 choose Luan Xiaolin and Huo Menjian? How was she worse than them? She is more beautiful than both of them. And Li Jie only gave her a small supporting role with only a few scenes. It was so disrespectful. Yashan, if you don't want to do it, go talk to Li Jie. You have nothing to say to me here. And whether I want to film or not is also my own business. It's not your turn to take care of it, Luan Xiaolin said coldly to Yashan. After saying that, she walked around Yashan and left. Looking at Luan Xiaolin's leaving figure, Yashan felt her breath stuck in her chest, and she was so angry. She decided to say goodbye to Li Jie tomorrow. Forget it, let's wait a little longer. Luan Xiaolin walked into the dormitory. A roommate saw her coming back and said with a smile, Xiaolin, have you finished filming? Well, today's filming is finished. After you finish filming your movie, when will it be broadcast and where will it be broadcast? I don't know either. But the web series will be broadcast on the video website. After dealing with the curious inquiries from her roommate, Luan Xiaolin sat down at her desk, turned on her computer and started playing Dandan Hall. In fact, Luan Xiaolin was a little disappointed when she saw how amateurish the crew was, but she still played Dandan Hall seriously every day. When filming, she also tried her best to shoot every scene well, and she also began to study acting skills. Luan Xiaolin didn't expect that such a low-cost online drama would become popular and become famous. She only hopes that when Li Jie invests in movies in the future, he will remember her and give her a small role. Unlike other girls who were dubious, Luan Xiaolin believed that Li Jie would definitely make movies in the future. As for Yashan's complaint just now, Luan Xiaolin even scoffed. Li Jie is not related to you, so why should he give you a chance? If you want to get an opportunity, you have to work hard, fight for it, and even pay a price if necessary. For this web drama Things About Online Dating, Li Jie adopted the method of filming and broadcasting at the same time. Nowadays, short video players do the same thing. They shoot a funny short video and upload it to the internet. If the number of clicks is okay, if some people see it, they will continue to shoot it. If there are no viewers, they will stop shooting it or change the subject. After the filming of the first episode of Scamming was completed on Sunday, director Sean Boking edited the video in the company with another employee who knew a bit about video editing on Monday. Editing is an arduous and meticulous job, finding the most suitable shots from a large number of shot materials, and then connecting them into a complete story. It took Sean Boking and another employee named Tian Hao more than a day to complete the editing of a 12-minute short film. After the video editing is completed, the opening and closing subtitles are added, and the post-production is completed. On Tuesday night, April 2nd, Sean Boking passed the first episode of Lying to Lie to Li Jie. After watching the video, Li Jie was quite satisfied. Although the actors have no acting skills, they act in their true colors, which is not a drama. The jokes he wrote will be outdated in later generations, but they are relatively novel and funny in this era. The most important thing is that there are many beauties. The scenes where Huo Menjian, Luan Xiaolin, and Sun Wanning appear are very stunning and beautiful. Li Jie registered an account on Tudo.com, Kudong Entertainment, and uploaded the video. Why did he upload the video to Tudo? Because Tudo officially released a Tudo ad plan on March 15, 2007. This plan is to add advertisements at the front or end of the video being played. In order to avoid copyright risks, it is mainly for original videos. Video uploaders who apply to become Tudo ad users can calculate advertising revenue based on the number of clicks on the video, and the advertising fees are paid by advertisers. Click-through ad sharing is 1 penny per click. Li Jie calculated that if the production cost of online dating things was 90,000 yuan, it would have to have at least 9 million hits, which would be quite difficult. In this era, video websites are still in the development stage. Unlike later generations, the number of video clicks can easily reach tens of millions or hundreds of millions, and there are many online dramas in the billions or tens of billions. But at this time, a short video is considered popular if it has tens of thousands of views, and it is considered popular if it has tens or millions of views. As for online dramas with tens of millions of views, there are none yet. It's just that the Tudo ad plan has a restriction, that is, the video must be first launched on Tudo.com. That is to say, once it is published on Tudo, it cannot be published on other video websites. However, Li Jie is not prepared to abide by this restriction. He made this web series mainly to promote the game, not to make money, so of course, the wider and more popular the video is, the better. There are currently more than a dozen large-scale video sharing websites in the country. Li Jie plans to ask Zhaojia and others to register an account for each website, and then upload the video to each website. Anyway, there is no such thing as copyright now. Piracy is rampant. Tudo.com doesn't know who moved it. It can't be blamed on him. They can get the money and photos. Wang Yaowai has been in a bad mood recently. His elementary school girlfriend broke up with him, and they have only been living together for half a year. He needs to deal with himself again. However, after Wang Yaowai found out that he no longer had a girlfriend, he suddenly became financially better off. I won't have to go to a small hotel on weekends and borrow money from my roommates and classmates. By the way, he no longer needs to go to the inn. I really didn't want to be a warm man when I was reborn. Author, Li Yuanjie. Chapter 209. On the night of the 4th, Wang Yaowai declined his roommate who invited him to play ball. He left the dormitory and went to the school's internet room. Compared with many boys who like to go to internet cafes outside school, Wang Yaowai prefers to go to the internet room. The internet room environment is better and the internet fee is cheaper. As for the old computer, slow internet speed, and he doesn't play games, it won't have much impact. More importantly, the internet room is one of the few places in school where there are many girls. There are too few girls in the police academy. When he came to the internet room, Wang Yaowai turned on a machine and opened the video website. He likes to read novels and watch funny edited videos online. Wang Yaowai watched a few videos and found them not very funny. These funny short films are all edited and dubbed by netizens themselves, and the quality varies. When you find a good and interesting short film, you feel a sense of surprise. Wang Yaowai clicked on another video. Something about online dating, is this an original video? A 10-second commercial was played before the video started. As soon as the commercial ended, the short film was played. The opening scene showed a very ordinary university dormitory with 3 boys playing games. This made Wang Yaowai, who is also a student, instantly feel like he was involved. Dandan Hall? I seem to have heard the name of this game somewhere. Wang Yaowai thought about it and soon realized that the Xiania website was promoting the game and had organized a Dandan Tang Cup, the most beautiful school beauty online contest. He had even voted for it. Damn it, this video has ads embedded in it, he couldn't help but complain. The conversation between the three boys was very funny, and from time to time a new word would come up that Wang Yai had never heard of. What, I'm so hard. Not talking about martial ethics, he couldn't help but be attracted. Soon, the plot progressed to the point where Zhang Zhenjiao, Li Jie, replaced Li Wei, Cheng Xiang, to meet a female netizen. Seeing Zhang Zhenjiao, Li Jie, staring at the beautiful netizen, Luan Xiaolin, not far away with bright eyes, he said to Li Wei, Cheng Xiang, on the other end of the phone, "Well, I saw a dinosaur." "What, I'll help you with it?" "No problem, leave it to me." "You're welcome." "Which one of us will follow the other?" "You're welcome, good brothers." Wang Yai couldn't help laughing, causing the girl next to him to give him a strange look. Seeing this, Wang Yai suppressed his smile, but he was still laughing in his heart. "You're welcome, good brother. This video is so interesting. But why does the actor who plays Zhang Zhenjiao look so familiar?" Just when Wang Yai thought Zhang Zhenjiao, Li Jie, was going to seduce the beautiful woman, the scene turned and he came to the teaching building. A girl walked out of the teaching building holding a book. A pair of beautiful, white, and thin legs first came into view. As the camera slowly moved up, a delicate, clean, fresh and refined face appeared on the screen. The girl was extremely beautiful, which made Wang Yai stunned. However, he was stunned not only because the girl was beautiful, but because he knew the girl. "Isn't this the Sun Wanning from the Hangyuan next door?" Wang Yai reacted instantly. He said why the teaching building looked so familiar. "Isn't this the Xiwan building of the Normal University?" In addition, he also knew who the actor who played Zhang Zhenjiao was, Xiao Qiao's boyfriend Li Jie. When he thought of Xiao Qiao and Li Jie, Wang Yai remembered the night he tossed and turned in the inn last year. Why did Xiao Qiao follow Li Jie? Is it because he was rich? But he is really suitable to play Zhang Zhenjiao. He plays his true character, a gentle scumbag. Wang Yai also understood what this video was about. He heard from his classmates a while ago that Li Jie had a crew filming, but he didn't expect that all the footage was posted online. The video appears on the homepage. Is it really popular? He quickly looked at the bottom of the video and found that the number of views displayed was more than 100,000. The first episode of Things About Online Dating, Photo Cheating, quickly became popular after being uploaded to the internet. In just over a day, it had more than 30,000 hits on Tudo.com alone. It became popular so quickly because the video is really interesting. In 2008, an era when short films had not yet emerged, such a short play was enough to be called a classic. After many netizens fell in love with the video, they brought their own dry food to help promote it everywhere. The second is the beauty effect. Many people watched the scene where Sun Wanning appeared several times, a dozen times, or even more. As soon as I heard that there was a particularly beautiful girl in this video, countless LSPs flocked to her. It's not uncommon for a classic shot of a beautiful woman to make a bad movie popular. Why did Li Jie urge to invite Sun Wanning to star? He just understands how influential beautiful women are. After discovering that the video was popular, the editors of Tudo responded quickly and immediately placed the short film in a prominent area on the homepage to attract netizens to browse. For a video website to be attractive, high-quality original content is fundamental. After being on the homepage, the exposure rate increased greatly, and the video became even more popular. The number of clicks increased by more than 60,000 the next day, and the total number of clicks exceeded 100,000. Tudo responded quickly, and other websites responded as well. Watching Things About Online Dating has become a hit, and more than a dozen other video websites have also put this short film on their homepage. Even those small websites where Li Jie and others had not uploaded videos took the initiative to move the short videos there. The web drama became popular on the internet, which led to the popularity of Dandan Tang. Many people who have watched the video are curious about what kind of game Dandan Tang the protagonists play. Many people actually went looking for this game, and the result was known, Duntun Tang Cup, the most beautiful school beauty online contest. I know this game is not online yet, but it will be online soon. In addition, those things about online dating became popular on the internet, and the incident also spread in the school. Some students saw the video online and discovered that this popular short film was made by Li Jie and his friends, and they immediately began to promote it everywhere. When students hear the news, they will go online to read it. Such a chain reaction caused the news to spread throughout the school. Yang Hao and Cheng Xiang were even more excited after learning that the film had become popular on the internet. The two of them instantly became celebrities in school, and many classmates got to know them after watching the short film. As the two of them were walking on campus, occasionally a classmate would come up to say hello and ask them if they were playing so and so. His Higang felt envious and regretful about this. When the web series was still being prepared, Li Jie asked His Higang if he wanted to make a guest appearance, but he refused. And when His Higang learned that Huo Menjian had become one of the leading actors, and when he wanted to act again, all the main roles had been arranged. In the end, His Higang only got a small role with only 2 or 3 lines. Now that he saw that Yang Hao and Cheng Xiang had become more popular with girls after they became famous, how could he not be envious or regretful? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I really didn't want to be a warm man when I was reborn. Author, Li Yuanjie. Chapter 210. On the 5th, the number of views on things about online dating increased by more than 70,000, but Li Jie's mind is no longer on this online drama. His focus is entirely on the game, because Dandan Tang is finally going to be launched in public beta. The online time is 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday the 5th. Before 8 o'clock in the morning, Li Jie drove Xiao Qiao to the company. Everyone is working overtime today, and there are busy people coming and going in the company. The R/U0026D team, operations team, and customer service team are all responsible for checking the work they are responsible for, and they are busy but not chaotic. How is the working status of the server? Has the network speed been tested? Check the background program again, Yu Zhongfeng asked his men. The server is running great, no issues. The broadband is sufficient, no problem. The background program is running normally, no problems. The staff reported one after another. Mr. Li, let's get ready together and go online on time at 9 o'clock. After confirming that everything was okay, Yu Zhongfeng turned around and reported to Li Jie, who had been paying attention to the situation. Mr. Li, operations and customer service are also ready. Zhao Jie also came over and said. Senior sister, Yu Gong, you have worked hard. Li Jie nodded to the two of them. The game was originally expected to be launched on April 2nd, but in order to be more prepared, Li Jie postponed it for another 2 or 3 days. Previously, Yu Zhongfeng only prepared 20 sets of servers in advance. One server can accommodate 3,000-5,000 people. If it exceeds 5,000 people, there will be some lags. 20 groups of servers can accommodate up to 100,000 people online, which is basically enough. If a web game has 100,000 users on the first day it is launched, it will definitely be a big hit and shock the industry. But Li Jie asked Yu Zhongfeng to add 30 more servers. Because he expected that there would be many more potential game users than Yu Zhongfeng estimated. At present, Xiaonei.com has about 20 million users, 18 million of whom are college students. Dandan Tang exclusively enjoys these 20 million user resources, because the platform currently only has this one game. This is a treatment you cannot get on any gaming platform. 20 million users, even if calculated based on a 5% conversion rate, there are 1 million game players. What's more, college students are the main force in playing games, so the 5% conversion rate is definitely underestimated. In addition, the online drama Things About Online Dating has been online for more than 2 days, and the number of views across the entire network has exceeded 2 million. Calculated based on the same conversion rate of 5%, this is another 100,000 gamers. Therefore, 20 groups of servers may not be enough. The time soon reached 9 o'clock, and Duntuntang was launched on time. The first batch of 5 sets of servers were opened at the same time. A little-known small game company dared to open 5 sets of servers at the same time when it launched its first game. In the eyes of many colleagues, it was definitely a bit ignorant. If so many servers were opened at the same time, if there were not many players, then the next day it's become an industry joke. But the reality is that less than half an hour after the game opened, some operators responded, "Mr. Zhao, the first area is full." Then, someone else responded quickly, "Mr. Zhao, the second area is also full." "Mr. Zhao, the third area is also full." Less than 2 hours after the game was launched, the first 5 new servers that were opened became popular and all were fully booked. The number of online players in the first area has exceeded 10,000, and due to the lag, many people will be unable to log in as long as they are disconnected. "Mr. Li, all 5 servers are full. Should we open new servers in advance?" Zhao Jia hurried into Li Zhe's office and said excitedly. The popularity of the game far exceeded her and Yu Zongfeng's expectations. The game was 100% successful, and more successful than expected. Li Zhe's expression was relatively calm. He had long expected the success of Dandan Hall. After all, the previous version of Dandan Tang was one of the most popular web games. Open 10 more servers, and expand the capacity for the down payment to upgrade to a server with 10,000 people. Li Zhe knew immediately that the game was full and lagging because he and Xiao Jiao were playing games in the first area. The two were playing around, and Xiao Jiao got stuck and disconnected. After being disconnected, she couldn't log in. As soon as she logged in, she was prompted that the server was full, which made her extremely anxious. Although the president is not good at gaming, he is always being abused, but he still loves to play. He is a typical person who is addicted to food. Although Li Zhe was still in the game, he found that the lag was so serious that the player could no longer play the game normally. In the game lobby, some players complained that the game was stuck, while others complained that the game company had no money to buy servers. As soon as Li Zhe spoke, the staff immediately opened 10 new servers and also carried out emergency expansion of the first server. A large number of players were diverted to 10 new servers, and the server capacity was expanded by half. The first area was no longer so stuck, and Xiao Jiao also logged into the game again. Finally Xiao Jiao let out a long breath. "Honey, please take me with you." She discovered that just a moment later, there were players on the rankings who had reached level 8, while she was only level 4. After the closed beta, all player data was deleted. Xiao Jiao, the boss lady's account, only retained the character's privileges, and all level props were cleared. Although 10 more servers were added, by around 2 p.m., all 15 servers were full again. So Li Zhe asked the staff to open 10 more servers. However, when it was after 6 o'clock in the evening, all 25 groups of servers were full again. Li Zhe could only ask the staff to open 10 more servers again. But it wasn't over yet. At around 9 p.m., 5 more servers were finally added. In this way, only one day after it was launched, Dandantang opened 40 sets of servers. "Mr. Li, the total number of registered users of our game is close to 400,000, and the number of people online at the same time has exceeded 100,000, Zhao Jia reported to Li Zhe. After a day of excitement, Zhao Jia's mood calmed down. One day after the game was launched, the number of people online at the same time exceeded 100,000. This figure is considered a big hit for a small web game, even for a large-scale online game that has been under development for a year or two. Zhao Jie knew that by tomorrow, the company would definitely shock the industry. Senior, how much water is there now? Li Jie nodded and then asked. 12 hours after being online, the turnover has exceeded 700,000. When Li Jie asked about the turnover, Zhao Jie couldn't help but feel a little excited. Li Jie calculated that after deducting the turnover of 700,000 yuan and deducting the tax, he could get about 400,000 yuan. Mr. Li, the turnover on the first day of launch will definitely exceed 1 million, Zhao Jie continued. On the first day of going online, there will be a lot more turnover, but there will definitely not be so much in the future, Li Jie said. There is a 6 yuan first-time gift package for new players, which is very cost-effective. Paying players will basically buy this gift package, so the turnover on the first day is so high. I really didn't want to be a warm man when I was reborn. Author, Li Yuanzhe. Chapter 211. Zhao Jie also understood that the flow of water would definitely come down in the future. But if we expand our publicity and open more new servers, our monthly revenue will definitely exceed 10 million within a month, she said confidently. In less than a month, our monthly revenue should be over 10 million in a week. Li Jie shook his head and said with a smile. Our goal is not to exceed 10 million, but to exceed 100 million. I hope we can achieve monthly revenue of over 100 million within half a year. Breaking 100 million? Zhao Jie and Yu Zhongfeng beside her were both shocked. This goal was not that big. There is currently no web game on the market with a monthly revenue of over 100 million. Even for large online games, there are not many that can achieve this. However, considering that Li Jie has led them to achieve so many impossible things, it is not impossible to make Dandan Tang the first domestic web game with a monthly revenue of over 100 million. Who in the company would have dared to imagine that a small web game could have more than 100,000 people online on the first day it was launched? Mr. Li, we will work hard towards this goal, Zhao Jie and Yu Zhongfeng said at the same time. Gong Yu, no, it's manager Yu, Li Jie said to Yu Zhongfeng with a smile. He had promised before that if Dandan Tang was successfully launched, he would make Yu Zhongfeng the manager of the R/U0026D department. Now it is time to fulfill his promise. Manager Yu, please prepare another 100 sets of servers as soon as possible. In the first week after the game is launched, the traffic of players will be relatively large. Mr. Li, don't worry, I'll do it tomorrow, Yu Zhongfeng nodded and said. He knew that he was too conservative before. If Li Jie hadn't asked him to prepare 30 more servers, the servers would definitely not be enough today. If he went to buy servers now, he would be in a hurry. The server would be stuck for a long time, which would also affect the online performance and cause the loss of players. Li Jie looked at the time and found that it was almost 10 p.m. Okay, everyone has worked hard today. Senior sister, Manager Yu, let the maintenance team work harder. They will take turns on duty tonight. The rest of them should get off work. We will talk about other things tomorrow. He paused and then said, today all employees will receive 3 times their salary, and this month they will receive a bonus of 1 month's salary. After Zhao Jie and Yu Zhongfeng conveyed the news, the employees suddenly burst into cheers. The company's game is popular, and the employees are naturally very excited. After all, it is the fruit of their labor, but it has no immediate interests. Overtime pay and bonuses are real benefits to them. Listening to the cheers outside the office, Li Jie couldn't help but smile on his face. He turned to Xiao Jiao and said, Jiao Bao, let's go too. Okay, Xiao Jiao stretched and said with a bright smile. Seeing that the game was a success, she was indescribably excited and happy. She was happy for Li Jie and proud of you. After all, this is her boyfriend's game. Honey, shall we go back to school? No, Li Jie smiled and shook his head. It's too late, so I won't go back. Let's find a hotel to stay. He put his arms around Xiao Qiao's slender waist and said, the game is a success. Let's celebrate tonight. Seeing the deep meaning in Li Zhe's eyes, Xiao Qiao immediately understood how he wanted to celebrate. She bit her lip, smiled coquettishly and said, okay. Aviation Academy. Luan Xiaolin returned to the dormitory at around 8 o'clock in the evening. Li Zhe didn't come for filming today. For some reason, she couldn't help but feel a little disappointed. Xiaolin, you're back, a roommate greeted her with a smile. Yeah, Luan Xiaolin also smiled and nodded. Xiaolin, when you become famous in the future, you will really become a star, but don't forget us, another roommate said with a smile, a little flattering. No need to do it later, Xiaolin is famous now, another roommate said. Don't exaggerate, it's just an online short drama, nothing more, Luan Xiaolin smiled and said politely. She was polite, but she was enjoying it in her heart. After the web series became popular on the internet, Luan Xiaolin finally experienced the feeling of being famous and became the center of attention wherever she went. When the crew was filming today, many people came over to watch. Luan Xiaolin liked the feeling of being popular and wanted to become a star even more. Sitting down at the desk, Luan Xiaolin turned on the computer first. Today was the day when Dandan Tang was launched into public beta. While taking a break from filming, she heard someone from the crew say that the game was very popular, and she was a little curious about how popular it was. After logging into the official website of Dandan Hall, Luan Xiaolin was stunned when she saw it. 35 servers. There are also 5 servers that will be launched at 9 o'clock. In other words, this game opened 40 servers in one day. Luan Xiaolin doesn't know much about games, but she also understands that with 40 new servers opening in one day, this game is definitely a hit. Great, she couldn't help but feel secretly happy. Only when the game becomes popular, Li Zhe's company succeeds, and he becomes more powerful, will he invest in making movies as soon as possible, and will she have the opportunity to act in movies. Normal University. Zhou Ziyu walked into the dormitory and saw Huo Lily talking excitedly to Cao Xiaoqian and Song Xiona about the game. Ziyu, what did you do today and why did you come back? Huo Lily said with a smile when she saw her coming back. I went to the city for a trip, Zhou Ziyu said slowly and softly. No need to ask, I must have gone to see my boyfriend over the weekend, isn't it true? Song Xiona said with a smile. Zhou Ziyu smiled and said nothing. Today was the day when Li Zhe's company's game was launched, but she couldn't stay with Li Zhe. She didn't even have a chance to see him. She could only look at him from a distance when he and Xiao Qiao went out for lunch. Tsuyu, you don't know, the open beta of Dandan Tang was extremely popular today. It was so popular in the morning that the server was paralyzed. Huo Lily excitedly talked about the game to Zhou Ziyu again. The server she said was paralyzed was actually shut down for 20 minutes when Li Zhe asked the staff to urgently expand the capacity of the first server. Zhou Ziyu glanced at Huo Lily. She does not know. She knows everything. Li Zhe's game is online, and Zhou Ziyu is more interested in it than anyone else. She knew very well that the game Dandan Tang was the starting point of Li Zhe's career. When the game was launched, she was sitting in a coffee shop near the company, always paying attention to the game. With Lily's strong recommendation, I also played Dandan Tang for a while. This game is really fun, Cao Xiaoqian said. The game has become popular, and Li Zhe's company has started to develop. It seems that our school will have another famous alumnus, Song Xiona joked. Cao Xiaoqian thought for a while and said, writing novels, filming movies, starting a company and making games, no matter what you do, you can succeed. Do you think Li Zhe looks like the male protagonist of the novel? After hearing this, Huo Lily nodded vigorously in agreement. Li Zhe and Xiao Qiao are really like a romance novel.